they always said I'm wrong, but what they doing today? I think they want me gone, but I ain't going away. They told me I was wrong, but look at my ass today. Da 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 da.
Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim Kelly. This is The Real Sports Talk. Thank you for tuning in. This show's about sports, but really the event that I'm about to talk about, I may only be talking about it because it involves an athlete, but quite honestly, it is way bigger than sports, and it reminds you that sports, they're a game, everyone's passionate about it, we live vicariously through these stars, but these are humans too, and they're going to make mistakes, and they're going to do some awful things. And that's what happened this morning. Chiefs linebacker Javon Belcher shot his girlfriend this morning, and then he drove to the Chiefs practice facility at Arrowhead Stadium, and in front of head coach Romeo Crennel and GM Scott Pioli, it sounds like from what I've read is that he was kind of sitting in his car, and basically the teammates noticed that he was kind of looking a little strange, like something was up. So it got to the point where Javon Belcher was at like the front door of the Chiefs practice facility. He was talking to Scott Pioli and Romeo Crennel, and he thanked them for what they had done for him, turned, and then he shot himself. They called the police before that. They went out to talk to him, and I guess once Belcher found out that they had called the police, that's when he basically said thank you to Scott Pioli and Romeo Crennel for what they had helped him accomplish, which is playing in the NFL. And this is way bigger than that, but helping him to play in the NFL, that he turned and he just shot himself in the head, and he killed himself. I've had to make a few hard videos on here. This probably still isn't as hard as the one when I made when the Rangers fan fell over the stadium and died right in front of his son. I mean, that was just an awful event. But this is just an awful thing too, because despite what Javon Belcher did here, you understand that he was troubled too. So as strange as it sounds, I still do have sympathy for him. Now, you don't go kill the people that are in your family. Now, I understand that, well, not his family, but that are close to you. I understand that he probably was in a dispute or whatever with his girlfriend. And maybe it escalated so far. Maybe this was just a one-time thing. He wasn't having problems before this, and he just shot his girlfriend, and he didn't know what to do, and this is what ended up happening. I doubt that. My guess is that he had serious depression or something along those lines that led him to this, and it's been a long struggle for Javon Belcher, and this is what's ended up happening. It's a terrible event for a 25-year-old guy. It's a terrible event for the Kansas City Chiefs, and for the entire NFL. This is just an absolutely terrible event. And this is what the Chiefs organization said. We can confirm there was an incident at Arrowhead Stadium earlier this morning. We're cooperating with authorities in their investigation. So, excuse me. I don't know exactly what to say. I mean, this is just, I think the point of me making this video is my response, and then to give a place for other people to give their thoughts on it. Because other people may just have no sympathy for Javon, and it's completely understandable, but I've seen people go through depression, I've seen people go through it and just be changed, and God, no, there's no way you can justify what he did today. But I do feel bad for him. If he was going through some other stuff, I do feel bad for him, and I might be in the minority there, but I will stick by my side that I feel bad for him. Obviously, his girlfriend got murdered, and that obviously didn't deserve to happen. So, just a terrible event in the NFL this morning. We're going to try and tomorrow just act like the NFL goes on, because this is just a player that's just a player. He's just on a roster. He's not a superstar. But in the end, this is going to be an event that is going to be the talk of the NFL for a while now, and just the way that it happened is just... When I saw this scenario, I literally thought it was a joke. I seriously thought it was a joke because I read it off the NFL Memes Facebook page, and it said that he shot himself in front of... It said that a Chiefs player, Javon Belcher, a linebacker, had shot himself in front of GM Scott Pioli and head coach Romeo Crennel. And I just thought, this is just a Chiefs joke. If you don't know what NFL Memes is, it's basically a page that posts like sarcastic pictures about sporting events. There's one for NBA, there's one for MLB, there's one for pretty much every sport now. But NFL is probably the biggest, either NFL or NBA. And I read that and I thought, oh, this is just a Chiefs joke. Then I looked at the name again, and I'm like, wait a minute, that name sounds familiar. I mean, he's obviously not a superstar or a household name, but I study the NFL quite a bit. I think that I've seen Javon Belcher maybe play, and I went to ESPN because I went to ESPN, I went to Fox Sports, I went to CBS, I went to all the news sources, I went to Twitter, everything to make sure that this was true, and it ended up being true. So, a terrible event in the NFL. They leave behind a 2.5-month year-old child, and I don't even know what to say about this. It's one of the worst events that I've seen happen in sports, and I've had to cover in almost 3 years of doing this show. So, thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected. You just don't know what to say. There's been reaction all over the NFL already. Tim Tebow had this to say: "Wow, unbelievable tragedy. My prayers go out to the entire Chiefs organization and their families." I mean, this is one of those situations where you don't know how to respond to it, because I'm sorry, I still feel somewhat bad for Javon, because I know that there's probably something more to this. And while that's no excuse to go do what he did, I feel bad that it came to this point. And to have this happen in front of the entire Chiefs team, well, I don't know exactly who was there, but to have it happen in front of the coach and the GM, I mean, this is just one of those scenarios where I could see Romeo Crennel just walking away after tomorrow, or Scott Pioli. They're already under a ton of scrutiny. To see this happen, I could just see them walking away tomorrow. I really wouldn't be surprised if after this game tomorrow, the Chiefs just clean house, let everyone go, and just try and rid not only this horrible season, which at this point is a moot point, but just kind of not have this be the identity of the rest of their season, which it will be, but maybe a little bit less. I don't know. Just a horrible, horrible event. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter at CashKelly_TRST, Facebook.com/TheRealSportsTalk, and TheRealSportsTalk.com. Thanks for tuning in.
Just a little ways around the corner from fear.